Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen back to another edition of Versus. This your boy Honey K. Barretta, and this is Pache the Bay, special guest for today's episode. We have a very special topic for y'all today. We're going to discuss Bill Cosby versus R. Kelly. Which one was worse? Which situation ended up the worst? And which one got the rawer deal? You know what I mean? So without further ado, welcome to Versus.
Something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there.
Nah, I definitely agree with that shit.
Right.
Damn, Beretta, man. Fuck. Bro, I know you got bicycle, man, but you gotta think sometimes. Shit. Some of this shit don't even call for. Bro,
I was talking to my suckers, I'm the only one who listen, mirror on the wall. Who the realest nigga in it?
Have the guests, you know what I'm saying? And as a gentleman, ladies first.
First of all, I'm Patient B. Welcome y'all. I got a strong feeling about Bill Cosby, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Like, it's really been hit home for me. Cause like he my TV dad. Y'all don't understand. You know when you little and you turn on the TV and you see your favorite TV family, like, and they everything Gucci, even though you got so much chaos going on in your house, you can just turn your TV on and be like,
the Huxtables.
Family Matters type shit. You know what I'm saying? You get on there, you watching them, and then you watch Bill Cosby, the Hustlers, bro. I'm listening. Them motherfuckers made me feel like I ain't had nothing going on in my house because I'm watching them. You know what I'm saying? And for him to be the man he ended up to be, y'all just
like up until that point, like what was your thought of him? Did you see him as like the guy that he was on the
bad out of Bill Cosby, man? Like it was like he couldn't do no wrong.
Cause I know that's how I used to picture him. Like, I used to think that's just him. I kind of forgot like that was the character he played. I'm thinking that's how he is.
Mr.
Like, you know, that's how he walks around, jolly, fucking.
When he go home, when he come back, when it set off, he Mr. Huxtable still. That's how I kind of looked at him. Like he was constantly Mr. Huxtable all throughout his day, all throughout his years, and what he was doing. And I was just like,
especially that time.
He did what?
That time because for blacks to be looked at and represented, like, you know what I'm saying, with the father and the mother all in the same house, everybody married, you know what I'm saying, no stepdads, no outside, you know what I'm saying, like, that shit is rare, like, for most black families.
My daddy went home, you know what I'm saying, so I was like, well, somebody daddy home, I'm gonna just watch them, because, they, you know what I'm saying, they're making it seem like, you know what I'm saying, that's how it's supposed to be, and it was like, I felt more happy about going home to watch TV just to see somebody happy, you know what I'm saying?
And I could definitely understand that. Now, for me, right, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm kind of like an asshole. I always felt like for some reason, like, there's no such thing as a totally good person. Like, there's no such thing as a totally bad person. But Bill Cosby did shock me, you know what I mean, because he carried it so well for so long. But on the flip side, this nigga R. Kelly, right? My thing with this R. Kelly situation is R. Kelly is that's fucked up, what R. Kelly did. But what's even more fucked up, or just as fucked up, is at least with Bill Cosby, motherfuckers was shocked when they found out what the fuck he had going on. Who the fuck was shocked when y'all found out what R. Kelly had going on? Come on, man. Y'all motherfuckers do, like, if y'all look and see when he signed Aaliyah, quote unquote signed Aaliyah, when really, like, this nigga was fucking her, she was like 14, 15 years old. That's all well and good, cause Brody coming through, he making music, y'all two-stepping, all that shit. Nigga telling y'all that his motherfucking mind telling him no, but his body telling him yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he don't want bitches his age, you know what I'm saying? The children. But what's the reason why I say it's just as fucked up is because it's a lot of these parents who fucking knew that shit, bro. Like, Bill Cosby was actively hiding that shit. Like, he had a whole persona. It was almost like Tiger Woods. It's like he had a whole outside persona to where you seeing something different, and this other shit that's really going on is like flabbergasted. R. Kelly had that shit out in the open.
All in the
you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about he on stage and shit with this leather shit. Like, I mean, like.
And somebody had to point out what he was saying to me in his songs. You know, I listened to his songs, and then somebody was like, just listen carefully at what he's saying. It'll make sense that he's a very sexual horny
I'm talking
man.
about
You know what I'm saying?
stupid horny.
About the young women. Your body's telling me no. You know, you're telling me yes. Like, and this is all. You know, he talking about somebody of a young woman who really don't know her body, don't know herself yet.
Outside of, I wish was one of the only songs that I could really remember from R. Kelly that really wasn't about sex. Almost everything else, like the whole trapped in the closet, fucking on the down low, like this nigga couldn't help himself. But in his defense, not that I'm defending him, like, cause I know y'all gonna take this wrong, not defending him, but in his defense, he was not trying to mislead y'all like Bill Clinton, you know what I'm saying? I can't remember how old she was when they got married, but I don't think nobody's gonna be naive enough to believe that they wasn't fucking before he married her, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they was just in the studio doing music. They're making all these fucking weird ass sexually charged songs. But think about this. The parents of Leah knew that she was a teenager, right? They hearing these motherfucking songs, right? They allowing her daughter to go with this grown ass big fucking horny man talking about, when a man tell you that his mind telling him no, but his body telling me that sound like rape.
Right, it sounds like a straight up perv. Like,
yeah, but because he can sing and y'all love this nigga,
buying this nigga albums, y'all buying his albums, y'all the reason why he didn't hit the bracket that he did, because we were so fucked up about this man.
And if we really want to break it down and be honest, a lot of that comes down to a lot of us are followers, because so many people fuck with R. Kelly, so many other people continue to fuck with R. Kelly because he was hot. Because everybody else fuck with him, you feel like, oh, well, I'm gonna fuck with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what kept that shit going on, because everybody wanna like be in the in crowd.
And he inspired so many people. Like, when you hear about other artists today, when they say, who's your inspiration? What's the first person they saying? R. Kelly. If they're R&B artists, or if they're any kind of artist at all, they're gonna go back in time and be like, oh, well, you know, when I was coming up, you know, I was listening to R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying? I had the R. Kelly flow, you know what I'm saying? He inspired people for real. Like, he was not no joke. He really fucking moved people to be famous. Like, Usher talk about him all the time, like how much he inspired him coming up, and it's like, that's big. You know what I'm saying? You created other big artists off of your being who you was. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of fucked up how the world kind of was like, fuck R. Kelly. But like, he have made so many people. He created and molded and shaped so many people.
What I don't like about that R. Kelly shit was like the same way they did Paul, right? Because Paul was so out front with the way he was living his lifestyle, is that they kept rebelling against him. They was throwing everything they could because they didn't like the shit this nigga was doing. Right. But with R. Kelly, he did not do nothing to cover up his lifestyle. But the world accepted it and embraced it. I could see if the same shit y'all hollering now about R. Kelly, y'all was hollering it back then and protesting his nigga shows, then I would be like, okay, I don't have no argument here. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was wrong and he should be where he at for what he did. But what I'm saying is, even though he's still wrong, he should be where he at for what he did. Is this a bunch of you motherfuckers that's just as wrong as him, because you basically sold your child to this nigga for some money? Say you didn't. Say you didn't. Now that's fucked up.
Because if it was my daughter, and back in the days, and I was like struggling financially, didn't know where to turn to, and they like, over the sun, here come R. Kelly walking down the street, and he acknowledged my kid. You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna be the parent to be like, well, it's money, so I'm selling my baby to you? You know what I'm saying? Here she goes. She young, she fresh. You know what I'm saying? She been drugged through the street. Like, you know, you probably gonna be the only one that get that pussy type shit. You know what I'm saying? And you can, and that's crazy. Like,
man, I'll rob that nigga for
so
that
then
nigga. Even
years later, be like, he did this to my baby, but you was down.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, if you was down then that mean that shit really wasn't about your child. That shit was about the money. You feel me? Like, one thing about your child, speaking like as a father, is like, that ain't even no negotiation, bro. Like, even if that, first of all, the shit this nigga singing about, nigga, ain't no, even if my child grown, I'm not finna just be all passing, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what this nigga on. Now she gonna do what, you know what I'm saying? But as a child under the age of 18, that shit dead. My nigga, if I catch you, nigga, I'ma kill you. I don't give a fuck if you talking about front me 50 million, 100 million, nigga. If you can be bought, if you can sell your child, then you ain't shit.
Right.
That's how I feel. And to me, I felt like R. Kelly got a worse rap than Bill Cosby because the same people that allow R. Kelly to turn into a monster. Because one thing with R. Kelly, he wasn't like abducting these girls and like just snatching them off the street. Motherfucker was giving them to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like people forget that shit now.
Right.
We heard how Bill Cosby did his thing. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga motherfucking R. Kelly, man, motherfucker was cool with that shit. Like motherfuckers backstage and shit. Like they was showing on some one of these documentaries where like the mama and the daughter trying to get backstage to get with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? The mama was hoping she was young enough that the nigga was like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, let me make sure I'm keep doing it in case he want to get with me type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He already, but to know somebody famous, I think, or to be a part of that fame, I think was blinding them.
And that's
seeing,
what's
like,
sad.
That shit was fucked up. Like, but it ain't enough money in the world if you got a good mindset that'll make you. You know what I'm saying? Low grade yourself. You know what I'm saying?
It shows me
you know
what's
down
in
in
your
yourself
soul.
About somebody else's money. You know what I'm saying? Because there's somebody else's fame. There's somebody else's money and fame, and you trying to just be a part of it like a little leech. And it's sad, but to bitch about it, to put this man in prison, he didn't fucking gave. He gave so much, man.
Why is it a problem now when it wasn't a problem then? When he was doing it?
What kind of
feel me?
Like the world coming to?
And speaking of that, cause that shit just reminded me, this nigga Tupac got convicted cause what his actual conviction was fucking forcibly grabbing her butt. You know what I'm saying? But because he was such a menace to fucking society, they was like, man, fuck you, bro. We finna make sure you pay for this shit. This motherfucker had all kind of, it's like, do we forget that this nigga did piss on the bitch on camera? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
nah.
But because the shit got settled, then everybody, it might not have been him. Come on, man. Who makes that mistake? Oh, I think I seen Chris pissing on the bitch. No, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, where would that come from? Like, that's so weird and out the way. The only way that'll come up is if that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Point I'm trying to make is people gonna see what they want to see when they want to see it. The fact that they didn't jump on R. Kelly back then was because he was so lucrative to a lot of people. And they just want to be with the in crowd. They want to be what's hot. And I give it to him. That nigga was hot as fuck in the motherfucking 90s. Like all these like R&B stars y'all see now, like the Chris Browns and all that. That shit wouldn't have happened without R. Kelly. This nigga come through and man, hoes go fucking crazy. The problem was he didn't like older hoes. He liked young girls. Like, and that's so sad.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have been his preference. He should have been more interested into older women because he's of his age. But you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out here who doing shit they ain't supposed to be doing, bro. But they okay with it because they're doing something they want to do. And it's like, everybody ain't gonna be okay with it in some situations. Like some people just get caught. You know what I'm saying?
It's just hard to believe that none of these little girls had like a dad or an uncle or something that was like on some hell fuck no. Now I get it. I know that shit 2020 hindsight. There might have been a lot of shit swept like under the carpet, a lot of shit like probably kept hush hush, and I know a lot of money was floating around. But if you're a person with any type of principles and you stand on those principles, you won't allow yourself to be bought, especially not when you're talking about your child. Like, the two things that most people will not play by is their money and their children. And for y'all to act like it was such a big problem 30 years later. Hell, the motherfuckers took $20 million from Michael Jackson almost every year, just every time a little boy ran through Neverland. You know what I'm saying? But R. Kelly, for some reason, y'all love that motherfucker so much to y'all waited 30 years.
I'm saying, it was like, that's the longest time I ever heard anyone be so quiet about something. Like, and cause like, to me,
it had so much rage when it.
I'm talking about, hey, fuck R. Kelly, I hate you, R. Kelly, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. Like, everybody want to blow this man's head off.
But what was it like when he was doing that shit?
But if he throw you a million or a couple thousand, you know what I'm saying, to shut you up.
And I do believe that nigga was on that because his demeanor strikes me as the type of motherfucker like, hey man, how much is gonna cost to you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Take this right here and just put me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm blowing up right now. My career coming up. So I can't really let y'all get in the way of it. Like, he was protecting, I feel like he was protecting himself, protecting his wealth, protecting everything that he was working hard for. Because he didn't just do this shit just to be with no little girls. He really liked music himself, too. Like, he really was into making music, for real. You know
I really think when it comes to that, the best music is made when it's sincere. Yeah. And I really believe that he could went in that bitch and was really saying how he felt. Yeah. Like, to me, that's why I don't get me wrong. I know y'all gonna take this the wrong way. I'm not saying R. Kelly's not at fault. What I'm saying is it's not so much like R. Kelly that I have the problem with. Mm-hmm. Yes, R. Kelly was a monster and all of that. But what I'm saying is the man was not hiding. He wasn't trying to deceive you. He wasn't trying to con you. The man was upfront, but because y'all liked his music so much, y'all turned a blind eye.
Y'all know how many babies y'all done made off of listening to this man in the background. Y'all humping and grinding. Y'all making sure y'all got R. Kelly on the track. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really moved.
Y'all fucking to this nigga while he fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? And then 30 years later, everybody's so fucking outraged.
But nobody. That's what's so crazy.
That's why I say for me, just to sum up like my view of the shit, Bill Cosby was an actual surprise. Now, it wasn't like I wasn't like floored because I never thought that a person was all the way good. Mm-hmm. Like, if a motherfucker like comes across as he does everything right, then it's something that most people at a certain level, they just don't give a fuck, and they'll tell you. Like, every superstar, especially black superstars I can think of, got some kind of vice somewhere, but most of them kind of own up to it. Like, I love Richard Pryor. Like, he don't make no bones about like his cocaine usage. You know what I'm saying?
Man, like, honesty for your
and we know the Tupac struggles and all of those stars. But the point I'm trying to make is because Bill Cosby was so clean. It's like I knew it was something. I didn't think it was that.
I ain't had no signs. It wasn't no signs. It wasn't no. He didn't put you in no mindset that he might be a pervert. Like you know what I'm saying? Or he might be a man that's just degrading women, because the way he treated women in his shows, you know what I'm saying, I felt was so natural to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna respect, he ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying, mannish, and you know what I'm saying, he really know how to treat a lady, and it, like, he moved a lot of people too on how to be a man, take care of your family, you know what I'm saying? Like, those things you see will not put you in the mindset of, oh, he Ted Bundy, like, for real, like, you know what I'm saying? He got Ted Bundy's tendencies, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's such a heartbreaking thing to sad. When you really believe in somebody like that, like, you know what I'm saying? They really gave the impression that, man, I'm A1. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got to worry about shit, because you ain't gonna hear about shit, because ain't nothing like that going on, type shit. And it really fucked me up, because, like, they have a TV dad that awesome. He was funny. He was funny as fuck. I laughed so much at all his shows. Like, it wasn't any time that I didn't get a lesson out of messages he was doing through his shows too. And that was another thing. Like, I didn't have to go through too much in life, because I'm learning them in his shows. Like, it's morals. Like, it's morals to his story and all type of shit. Like, and I was getting them. I was catching them. And it was like
I said, because
I fuck with that nigga, man. That shit broke hard, y'all.
It was too good. Like, Buddy never got like caught with no drugs.
Nothing.
Never got caught with like no prostitutes and like it was just too squeaky clean. Like, even they say Martin Luther King had like, you know, some little conversations over the phone. What I'm trying to say is, it was nothing with Bill Cosby. Yeah. It was just he's Dr. Huxtable. Then the next day, you know, he didn't like did this shit to all these women for all these years. It was like so sudden.
He an old man, so it's like, I know he was like, well, they know now. I'm just gonna live my life the way I'm gonna live it, because like I didn't get everything I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
And I know this shit is not funny. I'm not trying to make light of it, right? But the way he went about it is, I think a lot of women didn't even know what he had to do. Like, that's crazy. That's why I said, nah, he really was the one that I felt like was the deceiver. Yeah. But R. Kelly, it's more of you motherfuckers than R.
Yeah,
Kelly.
it was the people that was the deceivers than him himself.
A
Because he
lot
was
of
just
you
being
motherfuckers
himself.
should be locked up right beside him. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all was with him shit. You know what I'm saying? They locked Michael Vick up for his homeboys fighting dogs. So shit, I feel like they should lock y'all parents up for y'all allowing y'all underage daughter to go. Like, what the fuck did y'all think they was gonna go do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you thought they was gonna go over that bitch and what, go over his songs?
He
what
got
he talking
money.
about?
He got everything a bitch need. Or a bitch could want.
And
he
then
could give it to him.
Ask yourself this, then why ain't y'all sons going there? You know what I'm saying? Like, why ain't y'all, like, teenage sons, like, so crazy to go backstage with our kid? Come on, man. 2 + 2 don't equal 5.
Right,
But, yeah, man, this been another episode of Versus, man.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to have another show for y'all. Like, this shit, we taking off on this bit, but we everywhere. Look for Pat Shader, Big Balls and Scars coming soon. You know what I'm saying? We really do this shit. It's more than music. We entertainment all the way. And I'm talking about self-sufficient. We trying to take over the world by 2024. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just stay tuned, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We'll see y'all next week. Boom.